Welcome to HavenShine Reviews, episode 21. This is a redo as we had lost power during the live show, so doing it again. Doing it again. Today, good show. We have Ghostbusters Afterlife. Um, if you have not seen this movie, you're in the right place. I'm not going to give anything away, but we will get right into the movie itself. Um, I'm Ron, your host, of course. You are watching us on twitch.tv /RI underscore broadcasting or YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting or facebook.com /RI broadcasting or on Twitter at broadcasting RI. So the business side of it is put aside. Hopefully, people subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff. Those are all welcome. So get to Ghostbusters. Um, I did not have high expectations going into the movie, and I did see it at the theater. It stars McKenna Grace, Logan Kim as Phoebe and Podcast, the main two characters of the movie. And I'll tell you, they knocked it out of the ballpark. They did wonderful, wonderful. Of course, it also stars Carrie Coon, Paul Rudd, Finn Wolfhard, Celeste O'Connor, and of course Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson also appear in the movie as well. Um, so, acting, believability. The acting believability, that is the main two characters, and I think they did fantastic. And I gave them an 8.5 for the acting for the two kids, the young stars that are going to be huge. I really truly believe these two are gonna make their mark. Um, Supporting cast, that is all those other actors that you just heard. 8.5 as well. Um, I thought maybe Paul Rudd and Carrie Coon's characters were a little too silly, and they're supposed to be adults. I think they came off as not too bright, but but the movie worked. All the other actors were fantastic. Um, it is a comedy after all, so a little silliness is not a bad thing. And in this movie, it is not. So it worked. Um, Other things to notice: the storyline and the screenwriting both got 9.0. Was spot on, right where it should have been. Not that other movie that came before this. Um, Music, sound, excellent, 10.0. They couldn't have nailed it better. So, entertainment factor, I gave it a 9. Um, it is from the moment it starts, it's entertaining, and that means the watchability was also there. 8.5. I've already seen it twice, so um, yeah, it's definitely there. This was fantastic. You know, the ending, I gave it a 9.0. Loved the ending. Loved the ending. And I don't say that too often because a lot of endings ruin movies, but this one was great. All the way around. Um, I could not be happier. And the all around score is an 89.5, which is almost a must see. 0.5 away from being a must see. Like that's a comedy, and it's right there. It's right there with all the best comedies that you you can think of, and I think of stuff like The Waterboy and Stir Crazy and Stripes. Those are at the top, and this measures up. This measures up a lot. So yeah. So now it's just a question of, does it make our top five ghost movies of all time? That's the thing. Uh, like, does it measure up to the best? And so we're going to be diving right into that. Again, you'll be able to find all these results of all the movies that we've done on HavenShine.net. There is a complete list of movies that we've reviewed, and you know, if you agree with what I'm saying, then by all means go by that list because it's a pretty good list, and there's some must-see movies that you should be watching. So, so the top five ghost movies of all time. Um, it turns out it's top six because there's a three-way tie for fourth, and I don't do them all at the same time. So if the numbers come out the way the numbers come out, and it might vary from movie to movie, but it the number six, five, and four all tied with an 89.0 um, rating. So, and we're going to go to the first one, and that is Hold That Ghost from 1941 Abbott and Costello movie. I loved it. They are so funny. There are some parts in this movie at the beginning where it's a little controversial, especially now. Back then, it was accepted, but now it is not. Um, so be aware of that. But I really suggest you watch this movie because the meat of the movie is absolutely hilarious. And Abbott and Costello, who I consider the best comedy team of all time, delivered with this movie. Um, like I said, it's 1941, but I know if you like comedies, you will enjoy the movie. They are the same duo that did Who's on First. Look, watch the movie. It's an 89. Um, Number four also is Paranormal Activity. Also, again, 89. It's 2007. Um, Nobody of note. Katie Featherston, Micah Sloat, Mark Fredericks star in it. The director is Oren Peli. And like, this is so believable that it actually happened. It, I mean, it was phenomenal. There's no way getting around it that this one set the benchmark for the series, and it delivered, and it should be seen. Um, that brings us to the third number four, and that is, and that is, and that is not Paranormal Activity. It is also Ghost from 1990, starring the late and great Patrick Swayze, also Demi Moore and Whoopi Goldberg. Um, Look, it's Patrick Swayze. He was phenomenal in it. Um, I want to say that Whoopi won an Oscar for this movie. She was great in it. And also Demi Moore. I mean, you know, it is. This is a classic, a 1990 classic. That, and it was so different at the time. I guess, there wasn't really anything like it. But again, the acting was so good in this movie, and the storyline was fantastic, and it deserves to be in this top list, and it definitely does. So Ghost. There's your three that are tied for fourth. And that is Hold That Ghost, Paranormal Activity, and Ghost. And now we go to number three. And that number three is absolutely Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like, it sold me. It sold me. I was so impressed with everything about this movie. Getting an 89.5, just missing out on must see. Um, Again, I keep saying McKenna Grace and Logan Kim were a true delight, and I cannot wait to see the second one with them. And there better be, because they found the gold mine in this one right here. Um, it has everything you want. The director Jason Reitman did a fantastic job. Um, he is the son of Ivan Reitman, who did our number two movie, Ghostbusters, 1984, 91.5. The original, director Ivan Reitman. Uh, he gave everything he could into this movie, and Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, the late Harold Ramis, and Sigourney Weaver turned in stellar performances. What a great movie! Um, they did everything right. Bill Murray, to me, is a comic genius. Like, he's fantastic, and I'll watch any movie that stars Bill Murray. You know, so Ghostbusters, the original, number two at 91.5, and it is a must see. And of course, that Afterlife is number three. Far better than the second Ghostbusters. Far better than that other Ghostbusters. And that's all I will say on that other Ghostbusters. Um, that leaves number one. And number one, look, even the people that starred in this movie had difficulties, and the main star actually died. Um, so number one, Poltergeist from 1982 with a solid 92.0. It starred Craig T. Nelson, Jo Beth Williams, Heather O'Rourke, and Zelda Rubinstein. Um, Heather O'Rourke, of course, played Carol Ann, and she ended up passing. Um, it's so tragic, because it's like a lot of the people on this set, have had difficult times, and then some. You know, I mean, they say the movie was cursed. So, but cursed or not, it was still our number one ghost movie. Um, if you saw the newer version, forget that one. Go right to this one. 1984. Not 1984. What am I talking about? 1982. Um, Poltergeist. Um, Director Toby Hooper. did a phenomenal job with this movie. Like it was stellar. The writing, everything, the acting. Look, it's the number one ghost movie. I don't care what anybody says. If you think that something else belongs up here, you're probably wrong because I've done like so many ghost movies, and this one definitely has all the categories. There might be something that may be more entertaining, maybe, but it might not strike the categories as well. They might not be as good as acting, but this one delivers in every aspect. Every aspect. So that is the list. To recap, number 4, Hold That Ghost, 1941, Abbott and Costello. Number 4, Paranormal Activity from 2007. Number 4, Ghost, starring the late, great Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and also Whoopi Goldberg from 1990. Number 3, Ghostbusters Afterlife, starring McKenna Grace and Logan Kim, Paul Rudd, and all the other cast of characters, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and the ending, by the way, is fantastic. Must-see ending, that's for sure. Number 2, Ghostbusters from 1984, and number 1, Poltergeist 92.0. Must see. Must see. Again, you can find all these results on HavenShine.net. Be sure to give us a follow on YouTube and also share. Um, if you're not with us on Twitch, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on Twitch, throw out some bits to us on Twitch. That's how we keep these shows going. And again, like I said, subscribe, comment, like, share. Those are all important to the success of the shows. So that is the show, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in episode 22.